At exactly 2:17 in the morning, my wife's phone started vibrating on the nightstand beside me. At first, I thought it was just another late-night work notification. But then Olivia quickly grabbed the phone before I could even look at the screen. She looked nervous, too nervous, and without saying a word, she quietly walked out of the bedroom. That's when I felt it. That horrible feeling in your stomach when you realize something in your life is about to fall apart.
3 months earlier, my best friend Jason called me crying after his divorce. I had known Jason since college. We played basketball together. We traveled together. Hell, he was practically family. So when he told me he had nowhere to stay, I told him he could live with us temporarily. Olivia even agreed immediately. Looking back now, maybe she agreed a little too fast. At first, everything felt normal. Jason slept in the guest room downstairs. We watched football together at night. We drank beer in the garage. But after a few weeks, I started noticing little things. Olivia laughed harder around him. Jason suddenly started dressing better. And whenever I walked into a room, conversations stopped immediately. One Friday night, I came home early from work after my meeting got canceled. The house was completely quiet, but when I walked onto the balcony, I noticed 2 half-empty wine glasses sitting on the table. Olivia quickly walked outside behind me. She smiled nervously and said, "I couldn't sleep," but something about her voice felt rehearsed. A few days later, our elderly neighbor stopped me while I was getting the mail. She casually mentioned seeing Jason's car parked outside the house during the daytime. The problem was, Jason told me he had started a new construction job, meaning he shouldn't have been home at all. That's when the paranoia really started. That night, I couldn't sleep, so around midnight, I opened the security camera app on my laptop. I honestly expected to find nothing. But then, I saw Jason entering my house at 11:43 a.m. earlier that day. And about 20 seconds later, Olivia opened the front door for him. The footage continued. Jason looked around nervously, then followed Olivia upstairs. A minute later, my bedroom door closed, and neither of them came back downstairs for almost 2 hours. I felt physically sick watching it. When Olivia came home that night, I was already sitting in the living room waiting for her. I asked her one simple question: "How long has this been going on?" Her face instantly went pale. At first, she denied everything. Then she started crying. Then she admitted it. Jason walked into the house halfway through our argument. I thought maybe he'd apologize, maybe explain himself. But instead, he looked directly at me and smiled, like he had won something. 3 days later, my phone buzzed while I was sitting alone in silence. It was Jason. He sent me a photo of him and Olivia drinking cocktails on a beach in Miami, both of them smiling. Underneath the photo, he wrote, "Thanks for everything, brother. But karma works in strange ways." About 2 months later, I got another call, this time from Olivia. She was crying so hard I could barely understand her. Jason had secretly drained her savings account, then disappeared without warning. That same night, someone knocked on my front door around midnight. I opened it slowly. Olivia was standing there in the rain, completely soaked. She looked exhausted, broken, empty. Olivia told me Jason stole everything. Her money, her jewelry, even her car. Then she looked at me and quietly asked, "Can I come home?" I stared at her for a few seconds, remembering everything she destroyed. I slowly closed the door, and for the first time in months, I finally felt peaceful. A year later, I moved to Seattle. New city, better life, better people. Funny how betrayal almost destroyed me, but ended up saving my life instead.